You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Something we can talk about ad nauseum is the Super Bowl. I must confess, I'm not really a Super Bowl fan. I don't understand NFL football. I want to understand it. I've been to Super Bowl parties and more or less I'm just there for the food and the beer. The fact you can drink at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I went to an NFL game when I was in the States with the kids.
Was it good?
I wanted it to be good. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I enjoyed buying a beer and sitting in the crowd. And 5 minutes later, I thought, I don't.
It's like baseball, though. I know baseball from movies, American baseball. But then when I went in New York and I went and saw a game, and I thought, oh my God.
And they think cricket's boring.
I know. I thought this thing. Anyway.
But it's nice to have a vested interest, and we did have that this year. And that's how I say we.
Michael Dixon is the second Australian to play and win in the Super Bowl, which is a big deal. You remember Jordan Mailata last year, so it's a big deal. And Michael, I was just doing a bit of research about him. What I discovered, he lives in my street. I didn't know that.
I imagine he lives in the States now because he's just signed a contract.
Well, he grew up in my street.
He's the highest paid punter in NFL's history. 23 million Australian dollars is his contract.
His story is great because he played AFL as a youngster, and the NFL love the AFL punters because they can boot the ball for miles.
So his only job is to be the kicker, isn't he?
He's the punter, but his big thing, it was unconventional. It was against the Denver Broncos, and he made an unconventional game-winning move against the Detroit Lions when he ran the ball, an unusual move for the punter.
You normally just kick it when it comes to...
everyone's got their own role. You got the guy that does this, and you got the guy that does this. And so
the guy that dates one of the Jenners.
Which one was that?
Not Caitlin, I don't know. But no, I mean, don't all the Jenners and the Kardashians always go out with these kind of footballers?
I guess so. But it's a big deal in America, and we applaud Michael Dixon. And, of course, he had this to say when he was interviewed on the field.
Anything you'd like to say to everybody watching back home in Australia?
Yeah, I love my family. I love my friends. I love Australia. Can't wait to get home. I get some chips with some chicken salt.
Right on.
Are you going to knock on his parents' door now and harass them?
A cup of chicken salt.
He'll be bathing in chicken salt. I hope he doesn't have any abrasions because that'd be really salty.
Cardiovascular system's good too.
Well, let's talk about the halftime entertainment as well. Bad Bunny. Now, you may not know much about Bad Bunny, but he is one of the most streamed artists on the planet. Just last week, he won a Grammy and his album was the first fully Spanish language project ever to win Album of the Year. So it was quite controversial when it was announced that he was going to be the halftime entertainment because he performs in Spanish. He's Puerto Rican, which is a part of America. And he had a whole lot of other special guests. Pedro Pascal, Jessica Alba was there from Marrickville.
And his South's jersey.
That's right.
The random South's fan.
Cardi B, Ricky Martin, they all performed alongside him. And he paid homage to his Latin American roots. And it was, I don't know if you've seen the performance, but you don't have to understand any of the language to get the vibe. It was absolutely beautiful. It was very human. In an AI world, it just felt quite amazing.
Bienvenido a la fiesta más grande del mundo entero. Yo la conocí a
So you're watching Fast and the Furious.
But there was also an actual marriage taking place in it. That was actual marriage.
There was a lot of moving parts.
Lots of moving parts, but the joy of it was beautiful, and the messages was very clear that he was unite. He said, "United States, let's unite everybody."
True.
President Trump. Let me tell you what he tweeted.
Was he quiet about it?
This is what he said on Truth Social. The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense. It's an affront to the greatness of America. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying. 13% of Americans, 41 million people, speak Spanish. That's not on his tweet. That's me saying that.
That's a lot of Spanish.
I know he's saying nobody understands a word the guy's saying. The dancing is disgusting.
Right.
Let's talk about disgusting.
Right.
And he said, especially for young children who are watching this throughout the USA, the show is a slap in the face to our country, etc., etc. We should be watching the Melania film. He didn't say that, but obviously that's what
You're
he
just
thinks.
paraphrasing.
Yeah.
What did you think of Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga was good.
She was great.
What about, though, stars of the show, Green Day?
Surely he'd recognise that.
Man, we've always had our stuff, though. Meatloaf.
I don't know what he's saying.
Billy Idol.
I love my footy! Just wait for some power!
Remember that? The power never came back on. He had to ride his hovercraft off into the distance.
So humiliating when you have to leave the field on a hovercraft.